In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can quickly make an ambient occlusion map for your character or vehicle using Maya 2011. The first thing we want to do is come on over here to the Hypershade, and we're going to create a simple surface shader. Come up here to Surface Shader. And then we're going to come down here to Mental Ray, Textures, and give ourselves an ambient occlusion map to work with as well. Now what we're going to do is connect the two by clicking the middle mouse button and dragging it to the connection. We're going to click Other, which will bring up our connection editor, and here we're going to click Out Value, From to, Out Color, and Close. Now that we have that connection, the next step is to come right over here to Samples. We're going to plug in 128 samples. And I like a spread of 1.0. It gives a little bit softer and broader value scale. I'm going to come up here to Render Settings, and in the Render Settings we're going to click Mental Ray. Under Quality we're going to wait for a moment for it to come up. There we go. We're going to preview for now. And let's see, after sampling, leave all that's okay. And under Indirect Lighting, I'm going to come down here to Final Gather and click this. And let's see, it's all right. Ambient Occlusion. And say Close. Come right up here and let's find out what we have so far. Okay, for grayscale, we'll go ahead and collect that image for comparison. We'll go ahead and close that. Let's get a little bit closer to our character here. Let's see what's going on. Oops. Try to fit it all in. Alright, let's give ourselves another render. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and collect that image. And then we will drop this down to 0.6, which will give us a narrower range for comparison. Go ahead and render that. Okay, and collect that one as well. Not seeing any difference. Oh, well, the reason it's not rendering is because we need to apply our map. So right click on the material, assign material to selection. Once that's done, we'll come over here for out color. It's connected. Alright, so let's see what we're getting now. Okay, we can begin to see the effects of the ambient occlusion settings. See it chugging away down here. This is the setting 0.6. 0.8 is the default setting for the ambient occlusion. and I prefer 1.0, which I'll show you in a moment. So let's go ahead and store this image, and we'll double click on that and set the spread to 1.0 and give ourselves another render. And that's much nicer. This is the setting that I prefer. You get a lot broader range of gray tones in there. Much nicer, more subtle looking image, less darkness in the shadow areas. Okay. And then this particular map you can go ahead and bring into Photoshop with your color map and apply that over your color map so that you don't have two render passes in the game engine. Alright, so we can store this and see the difference. Big difference there. This is not giving me what I want, and this is much nicer image. Alright, so that's ambient occlusion simplified in Maya 2011. Now what we're going to do is go to the rendering options, lighting, shading, and batch bake mental ray. I'm going to go with bake shadows, use bake set override. Alright, 1024 resolution, I'm going to use TIFFs, and right down here, final gather. I'm going to use the default. Down here I'm going to use fill texture seams. I usually put a 10 in there so that the seams kind of blend, and they're less detectable. So when I have that done, I'm going to convert and close, and I'll wait until it's finished. And I'll pause and come back when it's closed. Alright, so we're done renderings. Let's take a look at this. Deselect, and you can see the baked ambient occlusion map down here. Again, my texture is screwed up, so I'll have to fix that. And it's applied and it looks good. So I used the highest resolution mesh to do the ambient occlusion. Once I apply it to the low resolution mesh, then it'll have all the detail there.